Looks like we're just not going to get any value from our leader or our ship or anything, really. That's going to be the problem. So we have no points. And he knows it. He has Igni and Regis, right? There's Toad Prince. So he has Regis left. Doesn't matter where we put this. But Regis will not be big enough to win him this. This goes to 24, so if he had an Igni, we still couldn't be Igni'd. And Regis is not a 30, so it should be good. GG. Today we're going to be playing some good old pirates, and we're going to be doing it with Roog because I think thematically, for Skellige, this makes a lot of sense. And it has some good synergies we want to use. So we're going to be playing Onslaught, like I said. The thing with Roog is that the Cataclysm damage and then the 5 damage from it do a great job of actually setting up your armor on your pirates. So if you play this, say you play this like round 1 or 2, the Cataclysm should give you quite a bit of armor for your pirates if you have any left over round 3. Like say you just don't play your Terror of the Seas round 2. If you play Cataclysm from the Roog round 2 instead, it should get pretty big. Otherwise, it just has good synergies. Like basically, it's doing a lot of the same things Endless Voyage does, right? You're getting, theoretically, with the infused effect of the Spawn Cataclysm, it gives you a lot of damage. So, hopefully that helps out quite a bit. And it should be pretty fun using them both. We want to ideally play both scenarios in the same round for some pretty insane value, but we can certainly split them up if we need to. As far as the deck itself, we are playing, like I said, the Endless Voyage Ragnarok. We're playing Oneiromancy to get them both. I think you really want the Oneiromancy here because Decree doesn't really cut it if you're only getting like units, and then the Magic Compass discard you could go with instead if you want to. I just prefer the Oneiromancy because the discard package just doesn't like me. The RNG doesn't like me very much, so we're going with this. And then also the thing with the discard package, it takes up a lot of space in the deck, right? You need Morkvarg, you need Burna, you need Coral, you need the 2 Skirmishers, and then a lot of times you run the 1 Scald. That's 6 cards, and then you don't have very many pirates and don't get much synergy from the Onslaught, so that's another reason. Then we are playing the Heatwave. You could swap Heatwave for a Heart of Terror. The idea here is Heart of Terror has the advantage in being a pirate and a gold unit, so it can trigger both of your scenarios, and it's still really good value. The advantage to Heatwave is some things we just can't beat, like I don't know, some other decks we just have problems with. We can't Heatwave stuff. So you could swap Heatwave out. It's just while we're playing Oneiromancy, I think Heatwave makes a lot of sense. And we have plenty of gold units in the deck. I say plenty, but we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we play. So you have to be careful when you play them. You can cut Heatwave for the Heart of Terror if you want to. Then we have Croc on Crate. So he's here because he's a pirate and he's really good. I don't think I have to explain this. And then we have Dagger. So Dagger's in here because he has such good synergies with the Ragnarok in particular. So you play Ragnarok, right? You get the Cataclysm out. He does 6 damage. The next turn you play Dagger. This is the safe way to do it. You play Dagger, and the Ragnarok Cataclysm does 6 more damage. Dagger comes down as a 10 then. And that's pretty hard to get rid of. And he's got really good synergies with the Cataclysm effect here, and also from the Endless Voyage. So I think he makes a lot of sense in here. Good to see him being played again. He is only a warrior, not a pirate, though, so he won't be triggering your Endless Voyage. Keep that in mind. As far as other units, we are playing Black Hand here. We need a lot of gold units. Well, as many as we can really fit. So you could get more space by cutting Oneiromancy down to a Decree or a Roach or something. Probably Decree, and then you could add another gold unit. You could add like a Hammond in, probably would make the most sense because he's also a pirate. You could do that instead. But I like having the Oneiromancy over the Decree, but that's what you can get out of it if you swap it. But Black Hand here, he comes down as an 8 for 8, and then he gives you some engine value. The Pirate one doing random damage is a little bit better because it synergizes with the deck more, but he's a decent card to play in here. We've got the Bjorn, obviously, so he's got the Veteran Clash, just good value. And then we have the Knickers for consistency. Again, you could cut Knickers if you think we have enough consistency with the Oniromancy, and then you could fit in Hammond. If you cut Oniromancy and Knickers, you get 21 provisions, and you can fit in a 7 provision card, and then you can fit in Fukusha, because you can't fit Fukusha very easily because of the double scenario Oniromancy. If you want to run Fukusha, probably just play one scenario. It's worth mentioning that you can only play Croc one time, unlike the old Endless Voyage decks. Then we have Terror of the Seas. We've got the 2 Feral Bonds. You don't have to play Feral Bond, but it gives your opponent a unit and then damages it, so that has good synergy with giving us damage for Onslaught, and it can make decent stuff. We've got the Longship, just because it does consistent engine damage to set our armor up. We have the Deranged Corsairs. They're just really good, obviously. And then we have the 2 Light Longships, which are good. We are running 1 Corsair here, 1 Demon Corsair instead of a Deranged Corsair. A Peller and a Squirrel just for flex cards. And then we are running double Whale Harpooner. I just think Whale Harpooner, I want to try it out. I think it's going to be pretty decent. Decks are going a bit wider now. And when they're a little wider, well, I guess that's not really true. Some of them are wider and some are just no unit. So against those, this has a lot of value. Against things that really want to defend, we have a movement effect. Hammond also has a movement effect, but Harpooner kind of has us covered there. And yeah, it's a ship, so we'll see how this works out. There's also, to mention, a lot of 4 provisions in here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 4 provision cards. It's because we have such high end of our deck. So that's worth mentioning. And the 1 Corsair, I think this guy's decent, but he needs good setup, which he's not. It's not the easiest thing to set him up rather. Then lastly, we have the Seagull, really good for getting that armor on your pirates. It gives you recursion if you need it. Carry over if the Seagulls don't come back. And it's a pirate, so it just has a lot of work. It does a lot of work in the deck, actually. Also worth noting, it gives you 3 points for Dagger if he's out. So that's the deck. It's a pretty fun deck. I've used it a couple times. And let's go just see how it does. So we're facing the good old Symbiosis here. Now, if this is the Aquan version, winning round 1 will be very difficult. If it's not the Aquan version, then maybe we've got more we can do. Corsairs will be good. I don't think they can answer Dagger, so we might just Dagger round 1. I think that's what we'll try and do. We'll go with the Dagger round 1. We'll put that back, look for something bigger. We just have to watch out for the Rebuke. We can kill that with Corsair, which is probably worth doing. I'd like to get our Dagger out first, but this is just better right now, because we want to make sure this dies. And we can move into the row with Harpooner.
Mother Earth, I cried to my light. From you it came, to you it returns.
And we'll play Dagger next turn if we think we need it, which we will because of this. Now it is possible to Heatwave this, and then you won't get the second one. But then we don't have the Squirrel, I guess, to banish. Let's play the Dagger.
No mercy!
Here comes his 30 points or whatever it is.
Wait, yes, you won't let us talk to strangers.
We can go Corsair or we can go Longship. We want to get Corsair going. We need 32. Let's play this. I think long round 3 we're okay with because we have 2 scenarios. So if he passes here and we go down to 4, that's fine. This is quite good. The thing is, can we get 37? Or no, we need this. We take 4. We need 40 points here. Can we get 40? Not easily. We've also used our dagger. Alright, we'll give him the round. We can't beat the short round. So hopefully we draw into a squirrel before he Alyssa's. Maybe we should have heatwaved the Elven Seer. At least we have one of our scenarios this round if we need it. I mean, we don't play a recursion card, so that's fine. Let's play this. I'm curious if he keeps going this round. If he just goes to round 3, that's fine. I didn't think he would. He didn't disappoint.
Death sails in circles.
We do what must be done.
Looks like he's gonna try and all-in us here. Well, not all-in us, because you have sim loss. We could go Blackhand, we could go Roog. Roog would let us kill this with the second effect, unless he sim losses. So I think we'll go with that. Because once we evolve this, it will kill her now. Let's see, boosts it like that. We could Bjorn kill it. I think that makes the most sense.
But I see, it's not on any map.
Should have played Bjorn here for the clear skies. But then this is going to go ranged anyway. Okay, he's going to kill the Bjorn. It's fine. Let's play the long ship. Comes the good old Equinox. So I don't think this is this could still be Alyssa. We have Heatwave for value on that if we need it. Do we want to? The other choices we have is Terror of the Seas, Croc, and Blackhand. I think we just Heatwave this. Now we do need our Oneiromancy or our Endless Voyage. But I think with Croc we can remove a bunch of little tree ants. It won't do too much damage, but... You know, sometimes... Okay, that's better. We at least have the Voyage. This is pretty good, but we have better stuff. Still have to watch out for like an Alyssa with Sim Loss, which is like 40. There's the Elven Seer. We'll kill that. We will kill that. The leader ability will kill it for us, and we can develop our Croc at the same time. Or we can play Blackhand, which will also almost kill it. This would kill it. Then we have Blackhand. We're missing out on a Croc turn. Let's do Blackhand.
Calling me a coward?
There's the Alyssa. So the question is if we can actually beat the Alyssa value or not. We will see. What we really want to do is infuse with the Drakkar on something that's been hit by his nature thing. Just because we can then do a Terror of the Seas and just kill it. Let's remove that. I don't really know what's up with these bugs, by the way. With the visual bugs. Kind of funny, but I don't really know what's up with them. Should be this Symbiosis, right? Comes the triple.
Feign not ignorant. Remember to
There they are. There's a 15, an 18, to 13. We infuse the 18 then. We also wait a turn and then do the Harpooner while it has more value. Yeah, let's go for the Harpooner here. We'll be as greedy as possible. Alright, so we infuse this. Go Terror of the Seas on it. This removes all of its armor, so Zeal Order. So we kill it. We get 1 value from this by doing it with Croc. Then we can hit this. And infused goes off. And that'll be a GG. The Bjorn's Drakkar does really well against these tall things because of the doubling up of the damage. Vampires. I've seen a little bit less Renfri vampires, and I've seen like 2 non-Renfri vampires decks. It's kind of refreshing. I like seeing Crimson Curse and stuff like Detloff. No knickers, do not come in our hand, please. And then we've got Seagulls aren't bad. I don't really want 2 of them though. We want something to put armor on, like the long ships and things. Okay, so it is Renfri. Can't claim to be surprised. I think we want to win this round. I'm debating if we want to go Roog to do it. The only problem with Roog is we want to combo with Dagger, and we can't really do that here. We'll go with a Feral Bond. What are we going to get here? That's not bad.
Very corpses. Nay, feed our foes to the crabs while they still live.
Roog would be nice if we get these guys melee. The wolves. Okay, we can just Whale Harpooner that. And we'll save this. Maybe we can combo with some other damage. They don't really play Gale normally. Combo this with like a Seagull, maybe kill a second Neckarot. Well, not a Seagull, like Seagull and this or something.
Scarlet dress, scarlet hands.
Might want to kill that actually. And then let's set up the Feral Bond to do whatever we want. Yeah, let's hit this. Then we'll go with the long ship. It only has 2 armor. We can trigger it next turn and the Seagull if this thrives to kill it. There's the second Neckarot. So I'll do the Seagull. then I think we just kill this off. Question is, are we going to play one of our scenarios here? That is the question. Down by 20. 23 because of this. And then 24. That's a lot. Down by 24. We'll pass here, I think. We still have our knickers in our deck, so it would have been nice if he came out, but he'll come out next round, hopefully, as long as we don't draw him. There's Ragh, Roog. That's good. This hand's pretty decent overall. I think we'll put the Seagull back. Corsair's good. We don't want to redraw into the Knickers, and we have no Neuromancy, so we should have all the tools we need. It's a longer round. We can go with our dagger, Ragh, Roog. Last side would be really nice, because we can go for the Voyage into Terror of the Seas on the Regis. We can also on a Flutter as well. Since he's playing Renfri, the Toad Prince is probably... Well, Toad Prince and a Geralt are probably his only removals.
Share the night, share the love.
The fact that he leadered means he's going to play the round, right? Let's go with the Bond. This should bait out the Toad Prince. And if it doesn't, it's going to get really good value. It's going to get really good value. We're going to go with the Ragh, Roog here. Unfortunately, he does get the death blow on this. But we'll probably go into our dagger next. Then hit this with the 5 damage, hopefully kill him off. Or we can kill off this, but I think it'd be better to try and kill the Dettlaff. If it doesn't kill it, we can always Corsair it. We're playing both Corsair, so I should say deranged Corsair. Or hit with Black Hand. So if we were to pass here, nothing would happen. It's tragic. I think this makes the most sense.
Death sails in circles.
This gets +2, he takes 3. We get the bleeding. Oh, there goes Knickers. It's a good thing he's not in our deck for round 3. We have access to Voyage, we have Croc. We have a lot of things going for us. We can get Dagger, we can get Heatwave. He does have Last Say. Ideally, we draw the Heatwave or the Voyage, so we don't have to get them both. I mean, we can just draw every good card in our deck, too. That's fine with me. I will accept that. That's definitely acceptable. I'll take it. Don't see that very often. Now, he probably has an Igni. So we want to put Croc on a row, kind of by himself, so that he can't get Ignied. This thing's a 5, so it can't be Toad Princed. The thing is, you can't really put Croc on his own row, because you're not getting value from his passive. So eventually he's going to get... If we can get him to Igni Croc and then play Dagger, that would be very good. They might have a Deregre of Vol for a lock as well, but this gets purified and boosted with the second one. The chapter 2 rather. Yeah, we definitely want to get the croc going. And then this obviously gets armor. This does, and you, I guess. This refreshes the order, gives it a charge, so we can hold both orders then. It's good to know. Which I think we might do. They play something bigger. I'm gonna go Blackhand or Corsair. Corsair is good enough. Then Blackhand gives us persistent value, but this gives us value too, right? Let's do this. We'll start getting value off of Croc. We'll hold this order. We don't need it to kill a 4 or a Flutter. Like this plus this is 7. Or not you, this is 7. And then if this guy gets above Croc, that'd be ideal. So we don't have to worry about the Igni as much. I think we'll play the Black Hand here. Whatever we hit with him is going to die to Croc's order. So we'll hit this one because it's not infused. Or not Croc's order, his passive. We get more reach off of this, is why we're holding it. Like this is 6 plus this is 7. We've lost 1 value at this point. Looks like he's setting up an Igni. Guess we have to infuse with the Drakkar here. Although this will go to 7, this will go to 7. If we do this, this will get bled deck down to a 6. I guess we should use this at this point. I don't really want to, but I think we should, because it looks like he's going to Igni it. Could play Dagger here. Yeah, let's go with the Dagger. We should have done Dagger before this, but I wasn't planning on playing him. Then I looked at our hand and figured we might as well save everything else, because these are big removal cards, and we don't know what this Necromancy needs to be for yet. He's down by 26, which is quite a bit. And he played his Drowner, so I don't think he's a second movement for Dagger. There's Renfri. He's going to go for Destroy on some way to kill Dagger, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there's the Destroy. Pretty sure it's for Dagger. I'll be kind of amazed if it isn't. You would also use this Destroyer Drakkar if we didn't use it last turn. Drowner, what are we moving? Doesn't really matter what we move here. Or what he moves, I mean. You just gotta watch out for Igni, just make it as small as possible. I think Deranged Corsair is the best thing we could play. Maybe not, because we have a lot of Cataclysm anyway. I think we want to kill this here and get Cataclysm going. I think Corsair is just the most value here.
Blood on the sails, thunder on the seas.
That should die. Could have infused this and then killed it as well. Open that up so we know when Igni's going to get us. We need to get a bigger lead because Regis, like these are control cards, but Regis is going to be the problem. because we don't have big points. We've got good value in damaging him. We don't have a lot of points of our own necessarily. The only thing we have is this Corsair. Bruin will be pretty good though. We'll have 3 6s after we play this on this row, but we won't have 25 points, so we can't Igni it. Looks like we're just not going to get any value from our leader or our ship or anything, really. That's going to be the problem. So we have no points. And he knows it. He has Igni and Regis, right? There's Toad Prince. So he has Regis left. Doesn't matter where we put this. The Regis will not be big enough to win him this. This goes to 24, so if he had an Igni, we still couldn't be Ignied. And Regis is not a 30, so it should be good. GG. Imposter, probably Ball. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see, so these bonds are pretty good for setting up armor on our ships. I don't think we need Squirrel in this matchup. Peller would be nice. Would be nice. We might keep that. One of these back then. We want to get these ships as much as we can, ships and pirates, get that armor value. There's Amir. So yeah, this looks like Ball. He's gonna play the Thirsty Dame. Very standard setup. How do we want to deal with it? How do we want to deal with it? We'll just start with one of these. Harpooner would have actually been... Oh, no Thirsty Dame? Okay, that's good to know. He might seize it with Amir, but then why would he bleed it, right? We can mess up the flanking with Pharaoh Bond this turn, which is what we'll do. Oh, he damaged his own guys. I will not complain. Actually, this spawns on the rightmost, right? Yeah, we don't actually... It's not like a spine card. So we can't mess it up. If you put it here, we could have messed it up. I think we just play another one. No Thirsty Dame makes this a lot easier. Let's do the bond now. Can we trigger Berserker with a seagull or something? No. You wouldn't be able to bleed it though. Interesting. Let's go with the veteran, I guess.
Stars are
that was a terrible choice. Because if he has... if he's actually running Illusionist, this is an awful choice. But I didn't think of it till right after I picked it, that he might be an Illusionist deck. I guess he boosted that for no reason. This he can seize this turn with Amir. We don't want him seizing it. Although to be fair, if he seizes it, we can probably just put the Corsair value on it. Down quite a bit. We need this for a ball. I think we'll just pass. We didn't get much armor there. There's the C's. Alright, what are we just going to round 3, want to play the Yan? Or are we playing some kind of T-board deck or something? What's going on here? Just think round 3 is so great. If he really wants that round 3 this badly, with the Yan Kelway setup, I guess we probably want a Peller. Not sure what's up with that. Harpooner does a similar job. I'll keep the Peller then. Guess we should have kept that Seagull to put in the graveyard. Oh, we still have that Knickers in here. We need Oniromancy, Ragh type of stuff, but we have a lot of redraws here. Question is really, do we need a Peller? Do we think he's playing a Defender? I think we'll keep the Peller, because Purify is going to be quite good. There's Ragh. We're still missing Dagger. You don't need this because we have a lot of Cataclysm otherwise. Just don't be Knickers, give me Dagger. Alright, well. Could have been better. If he Heatwaves Voyage, are we sad or do we'd rather him Heatwave this? I guess we open Voyage because the Cataclysm needs to hit something from this one. Imposter is going to be kind of annoying. Okay, so there's the Defender. We can infuse this and then kill it. It doesn't have to be this turn that we kill it. So we can kill it next turn and then Heatwave if we need to by developing Croc. Let's have Bjorn. I mean, Bjorn can just kill it right now, right? I think that's probably worth it.
What I see, not on any maps.
We can Heatwave the ball if he plays it. And he knows that we're going to Heatwave his ball and just leaves the game. Either that or he had some kind of stupid setup he wanted to do, but GG, I guess. Symbiosis, once again. You know, we tried to play some kind of silly deck the other day with like a 35 card Enslave deck to target the Nature's Gift deck, and we couldn't find any, and now they're all back. It's tragic. It's very tragic. Do we care about the movement from this ship? I don't think so. We really wanted Ragh this round to combo with Dagger. Do we have a Corsair? We do. We do this. We have Harpooner to move his other cards into this row. into the Cataclysm. There's
Mother
the
Earth
second
I
one.
came to my light. From you it came, to you it returns.
We won't use our last leader charge here. Ah, nice. He gets a
The
bonus
elders
Elven
must put a
Seer.
stop to this rebellion, else they will face devastation.
If we play Dagger, can we still win the round? I don't think so. I think this is a lost round here. Unless we can't kill that. It's so annoying that he just created that off the harvest. If that's the case, he's gonna play that here. What card gives us the most value for Oban? I guess most carryover value. Like this. Why not? I say carryover value, and that gives us armor.
The wind whistles Willow's whip.
And that'll be the end of this round. If we didn't create that, we probably would have been fine. Because he might not have had one in his hand. So do we want Seagull? It's good with Dagger. I don't think so. I think we need a scenario. If we don't draw a scenario, we're probably going to lose the game, for being honest. Okay, that helps. Because there's one scenario this round and one next round. There's the Auckland. Give it Vitality. Do we want to go with Roog? I think we go with the Roog. Still don't know what's up with this random spawning of the, what are they called? Stratagems. It's really weird. And we'll play Dagger, and that should be good enough. So we clear his board, and we have a Dagger. We want the long round 3. If it's a short round 3 with like triple Equinox Simloss, that's pretty bad. If we go to a long round 3, you know, then we're talking. We get good Cataclysm value. Croc can hopefully do his thing. Should be pretty decent then. We do need to draw Croc or like any of these other good cards though. I think this is less good here. Don't think we need movement. We can't get Croc. Croc is really what we wanted here. These aren't pirates, so they wouldn't advance the scenario anyway. Let's just open with you. And then hopefully this damages something so this can't be rebuked. We can play the second one and then go into the scenario. No Croc makes it a lot worse.
By Clara Larissa de Winter herself.
Let's go with the Voyage here. Curious how he's going to kill this. Maybe he just wanted to play Rebuke because his other cards are better later. Or go Fog, that's how we're going to kill it. Makes sense. Should have played these in the same row then. I think we'll go with the Black Hand. Or we can go with Corsair. No, we should go Black Hand. He's shown at least one At least one caress. Without Croc, I think we're going to lose this one. It's unfortunate. But we really needed him. He's got the Death Wish on that now. Do you want to bring this back? I think we do. I think we go like this. You're a pirate, right? Yeah. So we go here. That heals us all the way back to 10, which is always a good interaction to use. Then we'll absorb with Black Hand's armor. Got some really good value there. We'll just hold this to hopefully place a something with the Equinox. He's last say, so we might just wait until last, but he might also play early, like second to last, so he can go with a Forest Protector on one of the Equinoxes. He's gonna hit it down to 5. Now it's down to 3. We could use it here, but I guess he would have to Forest Protector back a Rebuke to kill it. It's not the most amazing for him. Let's go with a Corsair.
Blood on the sail. Thunder on the seas.
Hopefully that one dies. Nice, we got it. The thing is, we don't have a lot of points. So if he last says the sim loss, like the most points we have is like 4, 5, 6 more. It's another 15 points. We would have 37. Yeah, if he just last plays the sim loss, we instantly lose. But if he plays it early so we can get value from our removal, then maybe we can do something. But the last play sim loss, there's nothing we can do about. You have a cooldown reduction when I play a ship, right? So we should do this first. I guess we should hold off on using our leader charge to deal with Elven Seers and potentially a Francesca. I guess we have ways to deal with all of these here. We could have hit this with a leader. Is this the sim loss? It'd be kind of early. What are we going with here? Rebuke? Unfortunately, he killed that off. We have Terror of the Sea and Bjorn. I think we should kill that. We kill this. And I guess we Bjorn now.
Sure as my forebears on the seas.
The sim loss is still too many points. We need him to play it while we can still hit the things with Terror of the Seas and Heatwave. There's Elven Seer.
This I have seen.
Is Heatwave or Terror better? Terror reduces the cooldown on Corsair. Heatwave is better because he can get something. He can like double up the boosts, right? He could put the Rebuke onto this, not Rebuke, Equinox on the same thing twice.
Children giving parents up unto death.
The thing is that we still lose to the Simloss, which is what I was talking about this whole time. Is that the Simloss is just enough to beat us by himself. But what are you gonna do? There it is.
You are no lunet of mine.
Oh, we got that 1 damage. No, we got him. The Simloss thing is a bit ridiculous, but we're playing a damage deck. GG. I guess we didn't count that right. We didn't account for the extra turn of Corsair when I said we weren't going to win. The extra turn of Corsair gave us 2 extra points of cooldown reduction from Terror of the Seas and the other ships, and then we got the 1 damage from the scenario and the ship. Nice. Ooh, an Onslaught mirror match. This is almost as clowny as Nilfgaard mirror matches. Because whoever gets the armor going first is in such a winning position because the other person can't get the armor because the other player's cards have armor. You know what I'm saying. Do we think he's playing a revive-based deck with the squirrel? I think he might be. If I bring back Bjorn, we'll put this back anyway. Oh, it's Renfri Onslaught? Okay. Now we can adjust our thinking. That's a nice card for him to get. We'll miss a damage here. I think he would kill this if we played it. Good pressure on even, potentially with Ragh Roog. It's an option. We also just play it slow. I think Ragh Roog's the play. The reason it's the play is because we start getting this armor. Once we get the armor, all of his cards lose so much value. This is why I was saying it's kind of a clowny matchup. Good player Dagger. I guess this could also be Shupe, but I'm much more leaning towards Renfri with Onslaught. Oh, there's the Shupe. Never mind, we have been defeated. At least our plan's been defeated. Really wish we had that squirrel. We're gonna Oneiromancy it, I think. We can play Dagger. I think I would rather use the squirrel, though. Does give him an option to start getting armor. But we don't want him playing that Shupe stay off twice. Because we do have another scenario still. This is the Troll Porter deck, right? But we're playing this leader instead. Sure. Let's play a Longship. I don't mind trading Ragh Roog there for his scenario. Because we got really good value from it. What do we get? Sea Serpent. Sure. Could go for a Corsair play. I like the Corsair play. I also like the light Longship play, though. And let's do the Corsair. We'll see if he's playing a Purify. We can ping off the Dwarf. Could have gone Longship first, then ping it next turn. But this way, get our turn of this, and we know if we need to ping the Dwarf or not. There's his knickers. Guess we'll play this guy. Now all of our dudes in our hand have way more armor than his cards, which means all of his damage stuff just becomes pretty trash, as long as we're playing these. But since it's this deck, Shupe, Rune Mage, we have to watch out for Ragh. Probably is playing like a Heat Wave and stuff. This hand is nice, like very nice actually. I think we're missing is the scenario. Do we go for it here? Scenario gives him something to hit. And then also gives us Cataclysm. I'm kind of feeling it. Just before he gets his magic compass and everything all the way, like, set up. This magic compass gets very little value in a round 2 like this. And then he does have the Echo Delirium, which is worth noting. There's Artis.
And no more. There is but us.
I think we should use this now. Corsair kills this really effectively. I think we like the black hand though. I also play Croc. Croc would force a tall removal, and then we could have a safe dagger. I think that is a good thing to go for. We don't have any ranged ships, right? We have a melee ship, so we'll play him melee. Definitely you, and you. I guess you. Now, if he has a heat wave or something, we could probably force it out here. Alright, setting up the Troll Porter. Troll Porter with Snowdrops so much. Now, we could kill this with Black Hand and Onslaught. I think that's good. The ordering doesn't matter here. So we'll do this. Do this. And do this. You might get rid of the Drakar now that it's a 10, but we'll take the risk just because it's not really worth much to use the order here. There's a Troll Porter. Guessing the Delirium was in there. Now we have Dagger gonna go. Or we can go with the Long Ship. Let's do the Long Ship. Alright. He passed. We were trying to put that next to Croc, but he just passed on us there. So that's the deck, guys. I think this deck's actually quite good. I don't think we lost the game when recording this video, and so that'd be an extra 5 wins. So I think overall we're like 12-3 with this. It seems actually quite good. So I like it. It's also a lot of fun. The Endless Voyage, Roog, if you get them in the same round, which I don't think we did in these games, but I have before, it's quite satisfying. You everything just kind of dies, and then you get really good value off of stuff like Dagger. I don't think we got a good Dagger this game either, or today either. It's unfortunate. But yeah, this deck's pretty fun. I do quite enjoy it. The only thing is we are a little lacking on consistency. You can swap the mask if you want for a Cursed Scroll, but I think we want the round 1 tempo. You can also play Crystal Skull instead of Mask, but I like having Mask just for the round 1 tempo. Like this is the same points as this, right? But we want more consistency, so we play Mask over Scroll, but we want the tempo, so we play Mask over Crystal Skull. But either of those are viable choices, and maybe we do want the Cursed Scroll for value, or for consistency, I mean. But with Oneiromancy and Knickers, we should usually get what we need. It's just that you don't always get all the cards, all your gold cards, which is a bit annoying, but we got them most of the time. It's up to you if you want to add more consistency into it. I guess you could swap Heat Wave for Roach if you wanted to have more tempo that way, or you could swap it for Decree. That one's up to you. I think I mentioned most of the swaps in the beginning of the video, so I won't go too far in depth here. But overall, I do like the deck. I think it's really fun. The 2 scenarios have really good value, and you can always use one early. Like, I think that last game gave a good example, right? We played a scenario, and he Shuped it, right? And then that was his Shupe. And then we had another scenario, and there's no way he can answer the Voyage. We never got to play the Voyage to prove that, but we did play the Voyage, and then he couldn't answer, right? You saw that, like, he never got the Shupe back. He couldn't get it again. And usually and except for very extreme cases, there's usually only one artifact destroying a deck. And usually most decks don't have any at all. So the 2 scenarios means you usually get one that does something for you pretty effectively. As far as the rest of it, it's like pirate stuff. Pirate stuff's pretty cool. I like Croc. I wish we had a way to revive Croc. That's the only thing that I really think the deck's missing is a second way to play Croc, like a Fuchsia. Now you could go, you could theoretically put in Fuchsia. It's just so expensive. You have to like cut Heat Wave, and then probably Black Hand. That you could fit in Fuchsia into 4, but I don't think that's really worth it. I don't know. That one's up to you guys. You can always play Right to bring back Croc as well, but you don't get his deploy effect then. And the deploy effect's actually pretty good. It helps out the deck significantly. And Fuchsia's much better because you can do stuff like Stormer's Son, Bjorn, and get value off of that too. So it's not Right's not as great. It is worth noting though that the Endless Voyage has a Purify and Heal under Jakar. If you get this off, the Purify and Heal, you can then write it back because it will be purified off the Doomed it gets. And bringing that thing back at a 10 is amazing. But I think that's a very niche scenario. Could be fun though. But that's the deck. Hammond is a consideration, right? Like, he's a pirate, he's got that move effect. I like the Harpooners for their movement. They have damage and movement, which is nice, but as you saw in, I think, the second Symbiosis game, we lack raw points sometimes. Because we don't have things like Artis, we don't have things like Corrupted Flaminica that the Beast decks have. So, in a short round, that can kind of be a downfall. The Corsair is really our only engine card that gives us points. So I might want to add a second one of these guys. On average, it's 1 a turn, unless you're playing a ship, in which case it's about 2 a turn. We have a decent number of ships, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe that's worth it to go in there and have a second Corsair. I think we do want one, just because sometimes we don't have engines that give us points other than him. I guess Black Hand kind of does. When you play a ship, you get a point on it. But most of our value just comes from doing damage. And that means against just like last say Simloss triple Equinox, you better have good setup to that, otherwise it's gonna go pretty poorly. Last say helps immensely though, because you can like just hypothetically say they're playing nothing and they're gonna Simloss with Equinox. If you have last say, you can like have your Terror of the Seas set up in not order, and then Heat Wave in your hand, and then you can get rid of 20 or 30 points that way. But I think that's a pretty good summary of the deck. I think it's really fun. I think it's quite good. Hopefully you guys thought so too, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.